Hey, I'm Dr. Melissa, soul strategist, master healer, and I solve unsolvable problems. Good morning, Shauna. I am Dr. Melissa. I'm so happy to have you here with me for today's session of solving unsolvable problems. And I would really love to know something about what is going on with you or what we're going to dive into today.
Yeah, I thought we would go with it's safe to be slim. And probably unlike most women in the world, just there's this, it's not just about releasing weight, it's about being comfortable in my body at a lesser weight, at a than I am right now. Because what I am understanding is that part of this extra body package mobile home, this oversized mobile home, is that is protective. is is protective, it feels like. An example, I found a wonderful way to release weight, and I did this R3 reset challenge, and it had to do with increasing my metabolism. And it was primarily focused on when I ate and eating lots of protein, good quality protein and vegetables, which makes sense, nothing hard. And then I started to see the weight move, release, and go away. And then I had someone say, "Oh, wow, are you losing weight? You look great." And I was like, "Oh, we can't keep doing that." So something that's that's not safe about that. That should have been a reinforcement, and it more said, let's, yeah, it was an uncomfortable zone, and I'm like, wait, but that's where I think we're supposed to go. So yeah, that's why that seems to be, if it solved that.
That is so fascinating.
Mhm.
And as you know, with the way that I see the body and the way I see wellness, we have physical manifestations in the body, but they all start with an energetic impulse. So when that energy gets awry from some sort of trauma or something that's gone on, then we see the effects in the body. And so um, it's fascinating. I love exactly what you're saying, because trying to focus on managing the body, eating the protein, eating the vegetables, which are great for you, exercising, all the things that people do are focused on managing the body, whereas we're going to go for the underlying root cause. This is
Mhm.
going to be fun.
If you say so, yes.
So now I know that you drank some cacao this morning, and I
I
love
did.
that, because I find cacao to be um, an amazing enhancement tool for anything to do with the spirit, meditation, yoga, any kind of energetic healing or release. So I would love to know what kind of cacao you drank, what your experience has been um, so far.
Yes, the I did drink Love Cow, which is actually the name of the brand, I suppose. And I'm sorry, I don't remember which country it's from. And it's this it's like a delicious secret treat or something, because and this morning one of my new favorites is Ripple, which is a pea protein, right? So just warming that up, adding a little extra hot water and then dropping in a chunk of a, a square of cacao or two, and it's so smooth, and I don't know, something vibrant in the taste, that it's its own type of pleasure. It's its own treat, no matter what time of day. So I don't know. It's really cool. It's unlike anything, most everything else I eat or consume. So, yeah,
Oh, that's
Just,
awesome.
yeah, it's like, you know, that we had those commercials a long time, Cal going to take you away, which maybe pre you, but this idea that in drinking this, it's sort of a, let me go, you know, I get to go to a grander place in consuming it. So cacao, take me away.
That's awesome. One of the reasons that I like it is one of the ways that I work is by aligning you, aligning anyone that I work with, aligning myself with, you know, your divine soul, with your divine self. And then what I'm doing is energetically running in and pulling out the obstacles, any physical,
Mm,
mental, emotional, spiritual obstacles that are in the way. And so in a moment when we start, you'll perhaps feel, or I'll articulate that I'm doing that in your body. But what I find with the cacao is not only does it allow us to connect, allow you to connect to your own soul, allow me to connect to you more easily, but it also decreases any resistance, any, I guess what I mean by that is, you know, if your ego were thinking, oh, you know, I don't want to give up uh, feeling safer by having extra weight.
mhm.
That's scary, or you know, whatever the case may be. The cacao will help decrease the resistance to sort of letting that go, and so we make progress faster, which is exciting.
It is exciting. It was, yeah, so I was doing a little study into the lizard brain, and I tend to spend a lot of time there, which is right all about keeping us safe and protected. And so to be able to get by that, I just see this lizard kind of sticking its tongue out. So yes, you know, I'm like, yes, please, just, you know, go in your corner, chill out, and then let me work with the other parts of my brain and being and make this progress. So
All right, so I'm going to invite you to settle in all comfy in your chair there, and assuming it's safe to do so, I invite you to close your eyes. Start taking some deep breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth. And drawing your attention to the top of your head, I invite you to release any tension, any stuck energy, any beliefs that no longer serve you from your scalp, from your forehead, from in and around your eyes, from in and around your ears, from that rational, logical thinking part of your brain, and releasing from that emotional or limbic part of your brain, even from the basal, more survival part of your brain. And drawing your attention to your face, I invite you to release from the sinuses in your cheeks, from your teeth, from your jaw, and with the next exhale, dropping your attention even lower, releasing the stuck energy, the beliefs that you're willing to let go because they no longer serve you, from your throat, from your neck, and then dropping lower, releasing from your collarbones, from your shoulders, your arms, your hands, your fingers. Feeling almost a warm heaviness set in as you drop fully into your chest, releasing any tension, any stuckness from your heart, from your lungs, from those little muscles in between your ribs and from your upper back. And dropping your attention even lower, releasing from your solar plexus, that area right at the bottom of your rib cage. Releasing from all of the structures in that area, your liver, gallbladder, stomach, pancreas, spleen, small intestine. Really giving your body permission to release the energy that it's been holding on to that is not for your highest good. Releasing from your mid back and then from your low back. Releasing from your kidneys, your adrenals, your large intestine, all of the reproductive organs. Releasing anything that's stuck and heavy and filling it with this warm, almost gooey light that's pouring in from above. Dropping your attention even lower, releasing from your pelvis, your sacrum, your hips. Then your thighs, your knees, your shins and calves, your ankles, your feet. And as your attention gets to the bottom of your feet, I invite you to feel, sense, or imagine grounding cords coming out of the bottom of your feet, connecting you deeply to the earth center, the earth's energetic core. And as it plugs in and connects, I invite you to draw that very earthy earth energy up through those grounding cords, through your feet, your ankles, your lower legs, your knees, your thighs, your hips, your belly, your chest, your neck and throat, all the way up to the top of your head. And imagining yourself looking up to the sky, I invite you to feel, sense, or imagine this warm, divine, white light pouring in through the top of your head, pouring over your body, filling every nook and cranny where old energy has been released. And then dropping your attention to your heart space, that space really right at the bottom of your breastbone. I invite you to fill that space with the divine energy from up above, with that earthy energy coming up from below. And then add your own energy of joy and love and peace and abundance. And when it feels right, tell me what you're experiencing in this space.
Just deep peace, like a small.
Your body feels so relaxed.
It does. Luscious.
What's that?
It's luscious.
Ah. If you were to ask yourself from this space where you're completely safe and at peace and have unlimited access to joy and to abundance, if you were to ask yourself what the, the fear or resistance you've noticed in the past about being slim is about, what would your body tell you?
Could you repeat the question?
Yeah, absolutely. So realizing that fear or resistance to being slim, to releasing weight, is something that's in the past. We won't even call it in the present because you're choosing to release it in the future. If you were to ask your body while you're in your heart space, full of peace and joy and love and abundance, what the cause for that previous fear or resistance was about, what would it say?
I was only love for my body.
Yeah, say more. There's a whole lot of energy there I'm pulling out.
It just felt like I wasn't loved for being me. It had more to do with how I physically looked. And when I was slim, that's when I got the most attention from family. I was most visible and most valued.
Interesting. And so was your experience was that your family saw you more and valued you more when you were slim? Not necessarily, you're not necessarily talking about like romantic partners.
Correct. I belong. I was approved, or I felt, well, like it's just, there's something about belonging. I don't know if I didn't want to belong or just was, just being obstinate or what, but it was just felt like it didn't feel like a good reason to be appreciated, I guess, for something I had so little control over. It felt like it wasn't being seen. I wasn't being seen. My body was being seen, but I wasn't being seen.
And if you sit with that and if you're really present with that, can you identify how it is that your the totality of your being, your truest self felt? Did it feel betrayed or invisible? Did it feel hurt or shame? Or how would you describe the feeling around that?
So I was about 7, so my brain wasn't fully, I wasn't fully a developed human, and I felt overwhelmed. It was it was a lot of energy. It was, just really, it made me anxious. I don't know that it was, I don't think it was intended to be a negative. It just, I was like, oh my gosh, this is too more than I can take in. And I just said, oh, I can't take this in, so it must be bad. I just labeled it that way instead of recognizing it as praise for being fit or healthy or what have you.
Does it feel like at 7 that it didn't ring true for seeing the truth of who you are? Like they were focusing on the wrong things?
Yes. And instead of it being included, like I'm awesome and I am fit, it was like, no, I only want you to see that I'm awesome. I want to know if you like me because of my true self.
And how would you say that impacted your sort of weight journey? So that was when you were 7, that was at least a few years ago. Did it impact it right away, or is it something that's manifesting itself more in recent years?
Then when I was 14, I would sit next to my brother who could eat meat, and I felt I was eating in self-defense. So I think it was cumulative. Just the 7-year-old stuff didn't really get resolved. Then because I didn't bulk up when I was 7. I was, even when I was 14 or even 21, I was still a healthy weight. But in my mind, the gaining of weight felt like a negative, and it could have just been healthy. It was a distorted perspective. If I'm no longer 7 and a 7 slim, everything beyond that must not be healthy, must not be desirable.
Where do you feel that in your body?
I feel it in my cheeks and in my gut.
And are you willing to release that?
Yes.
So I invite you to drop your attention to where you feel those physical sensations. And thank them for having been there. Appreciate the wisdom that you've gotten as a result of those sensations and of the weight gain in later years. And then wish them well as you let them go.
They're flying away.
And your body's releasing really readily.
Yes.
I'm just pulling out some more remnants. Yeah, your body was really ready to release. It's wonderful. So when we initially started, there was a whole lot of fear in the solar plexus area. And as I released that, it kind of moved up into the chest, this contraction, tightness that I was feeling, and that's released now. And it feels like this is a great opportunity for you to ponder what belief pattern or what thought process you wish to replace it with. Because the belief that you weren't seen for the truth of who you are, when people were only focusing on how fit or slender your physical body was. The stuckness around that, it now feels fully gone, which is amazing. Sometimes I have to keep pulling for hours after we finish, but energetically it feels really complete. And so yeah, it's amazing. So I invite you to replace that that belief pattern with something else that serves the truth of who you are now. No longer that 7-year-old girl, but the truth of who you are now. And it may be something that comes to you right away, or it may be something that needs to percolate over the next 24 to 48 hours.
I can certainly feel that space saying, okay, well, what do we start? What do you want me to replace this with? And it's a very clean space, it's very fresh.
Oh, it is. I see this like, white walls, but it's your own canvas to kind of paint on there. Who, without that previous belief, or without the fear around that previous belief, like, who do you want to be now? And what do you want to be true now?
Okay. Yeah, I can, part of what I'm calling it is the combination of it's safe to be both appreciated for who I am and how I appear, how I look. But that doesn't appear to be all of it. So just keep staying open to that. Ooh.
I would love to hear when it comes to you, even if that's over the next couple days fully. I would love to hear what your body, what the totality of yourself is asking for. I think it will be really fascinating.
It will. Right now, it just feels good to have the space clear.
Oh, it does. Doesn't it feel? I mean, to me, energetically, it feels like we cleaned out all these cobwebs and dust bunnies and
yes,
kind of like whitewashed everything, and it's just this clean, pure, open, and expansive space.
Yeah, that's really sweet. That's nice.
Does it feel complete to you at this
Oh,
moment?
yes. Yeah, just feels like a time to celebrate, dance, sing. Yes.
I want to really thank you from the bottom of my heart for doing this session and being willing to be vulnerable and share of yourself. It really, it was an honor and a pleasure to be in that space with you.
Yes. It's a great way to start a day. And then want to go take a nap. Just stay that really, that was awesome. Just love feeling my body relax into this and be receptive and communicative. So thank you.
You.
Yeah.